Well, an hour to go in the E-mini, and it looks like it's gotten pretty quiet. When we left on the last update, we said it looks like it's a 56 to 62 market. Stopped at 57, got to 62.50. That's not a bad assessment. So how do you utilize this information and trade it right here? Right here you've got a fat bar. The market rallied. They certainly gunned stops. An exhaustion bar, one of our trades, come out the bottom of that bar. You're short in anticipation of a retest of this low or the mean green line, and they got stops beneath this low right here, and the market stops. So again, understanding the bar width, understanding where the market is can make you a lot of money. We came in this morning. We talked about the sell power, all the selling that was done before the market opened. That was where the buying power would come from. The news that hit this morning was better than expected, and the market rallied. In fact, all the news today for the stock market was better than expected. This was the trade of the day. Market blew right through our resistance at 55 to 60. Did not have an opportunity to get short until this bar right there. And getting long off of this B right here led to, it was our only trade today, and it led to a loss quickly. And then you can just see right here, this market did nothing about the next hour and a half. Breaks that low. Now, for those of you that want good trades in the E-mini, this is support. Breaks it. You can have a limit sell against that low right there with a stop 4 or 5 ticks away. It usually goes about 2 ticks above wherever that low was on the retest. This time it got a little bit higher, and it came right back down and went to yesterday's value area high. So pretty good trading today. Minus this area right in here. I mean, there were just, you could have been chopped up. You could have had 4 losses depending on stop placement right there. So this was the trade of the day. Came right off the opening. People were short. Everybody's talked about it. The news comes in better than forecast, and the shorts are forced to cover, or some of them are. So what does the F1 say about tomorrow's action? Higher low, higher high. It says look for a place to buy it. Looking at the F2 screen, definitely a P. Both are congruent. Tomorrow's news, and the market's going to be open for 45 minutes after that news hits, is 247 non-farm payrolls, 5.5 unemployment, and average work week 34.6. And that's the news, and the market shuts down 45 minutes later. So my guess is most people will not be playing tomorrow. Know the news, you got the trade. So if the market was to close right here and there was no news tomorrow, we'd be trying to sell 64.66, then 69.71. On the buy side, we'd be trying to buy the 54.56 and then 50.52. But it is a newsday trade, and it's a useful exercise to put those numbers down, but it's just going to get down to where is the news tomorrow. Best support, 50.52. Best resistance against 75. It's just round market numbers on the E-mini. Okay, looking at the note, higher low, higher high. Although the market sold all day long off the news, and it did finish weak. Yesterday, the rumor was going around that the non-farm payroll number would miss by at least a country mile, and the market rallied. We had our famous WX higher low that we see a lot in the night session before the day session opens. So this one has us a buyer looking at the F2 screen. It has us a seller. It's a solid B down to the news. So on the buy, 29 to 01, let them go a little bit lower based on the fact that it's a B. And then 21, 25. On the sell side, I'd like to sell against 12 if I could, but we have this last rotate up at 9, so we're going to sell failure to take out 8 to 12. And then 15 to 19. Know the news, you have the trade. Wow, look at how the 30-year traded. Okay, I'm just going to show this right here before we move it. This W and X pattern where the market pushes gives you one more push directionally from the preceding day and gets every stop there is to get. This is a pretty good setup for us. And then when you break the Y period low with some momentum, you're in good shape. 3 bars wide. Market is trending, break that. So here's your first sell, there's your second sell, and then the third time you go to the well, it could be a little suspect. You have to be careful on the third one. We take the trades, but that's the least desirable one. And you can see F period did give us one more trade to the low side, but not much past that. So here we are, definitely have a B. The market will close here at 14. And this market's been run down quite a bit. This breakout down here from 8 to 14, so 5 to 9 on the assumption to go a little bit lower, and then 29 to 01. And again, this is an exercise. We're doing it. 23, 27, sell 1, and then 31 to 03, picking up that 2-letter ledge right there, sell 2. But it's a newsday trade, so. But I always like to go through this. You're thinking ahead. You're doing your work. You're in the same groove that you're always in. It's done out of habit. It's done out of routine. And the more you do it out of habit and out of routine, the more it becomes ingrained in you, becomes second nature. And then a funny thing happens. You start to see some very, very subtle things in the market that you haven't seen before. And now it'll start out as a feeling. You'll get it subconsciously, but then you'll be able to look at the charts, look at the structure, look at the profile, and see it there too. And that helps your trading. Okay, we got a 95.97 buy, and we've got a 12.05, 12.10 sell, and then right here we're at 12.01. So again, selling 5s to 7s and 9 to 11. Know the news, you have the trade. 95.97 buy 1. If these numbers come in as forecast, it's not good news for gold. Strong economy, more people going back to work, etc. More tax revenues, less printing of money. I looked at where the layoffs were, and all the job gains have come out of the oil patch for the most part. And Texas took some really, really, really big hits, lost almost 50,000 jobs in this last reporting period. And that's significant. If you took the economic growth and the employment growth, if you took the state of Texas out of the whole equation, we would have had no job growth from the start of the recession. people have gone back to work, but not as many have fallen out of the looking for work category. This is not, no one's comfortable. And the people that have just been absolutely clobbered are the probably the most vulnerable of the economy until they discover welfare, then who cares? But, you know, the construction workers, the day laborer, the people that don't have skills. So we really have a multi-layered economy, but it's really, there's those that have the skills, the knowledge that they need to do the technical jobs, the service jobs, and there's those that have the skills and stuff they need to do manual labor. And the manual labor has suffered a great deal. Remember, that's how you get started. You start off as a manual labor, you build a nice life, you start to rung up, and your kids go on and do better than you do. Okay, not good news out of Yemen. Not good news out of our negotiations with Iran. The sanctions, Iran's going to have more money to spend than ever as they work out towards the deal. And who believes Iran's not going to go ahead and develop a nuclear weapon? I mean, you'd be a fool if you believe that. And you think they're going to honor a paper agreement? Yeah, probably just like the North Koreans did too. There's a thing called taqiyya in the Muslim world where you can do anything that you want to gain the upper hand and buy time. Because these are non-Muslims, these are infidels, you can lie to them, your word means nothing. And that's what's happening, in my opinion. Okay, selling against 50, then selling against 50-50 would be the two trades. This one will react to the unemployment initially, but after that, who knows? On the buy side, we like the 48.50 to 75. And then our 48 area plus or minus for buy two. And like I said, the euro, it's probably way too thin to trade until Monday. They say April 9th is the drop dead for Greece deal, where they'll have to agree in principle to everything the EU has put out in front of them and hope like hell that they can wiggle out of those requirements. So 950. 110 even, that's a great structural sell against 110. On the buy side, 850 and 108 even. And know the news, you got the trade. Or as my wife would say, Charles, you have the trade. Fortunately, she's not in hearing range, so I can get away with that. But if she were in hearing range, I would get an English lesson. Y'all have a great evening. We'll see you bright and early in the morning. It's going to be a truncated holiday market. Most people will not be trading. Enjoy yourself. We'll pick it up in the morning at 6:45, and then we'll see what the news is. The financials will trade till 10:15 Central. The equities will trade till 8:15 Central, the futures. So not going to have a lot to work with. Y'all have a great evening. See you tomorrow morning.